I do, we do, you do. This is the best approach to delegating tasks to an employee or a Filipino VA, and I'm going to explain to you why. So the I do approach, what I usually recommend is you jump on a Zoom call or a Google Meet and you record the call and you get your employee to watch you do the task that you want to do. So the first thing you need to do is identify the task, and then the first step of delegating it is I do. So once you have gotten that task recorded in a video, then you can have your employee review that video and even get the transcript and drop it into ChatGPT. I would get them to do this, and they can start to turn that into a 5, 3, 4, 8-step process, whatever works, whatever is needed. Don't make it long and complicated. Make sure a task is a task, not 5 tasks in one. And then you want to do the we do. So once you've done I do, you move on to the same situation. You get another video meeting or in-person situation, but try and record the screen, and you get the person to do it with you. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. And remember when we did I do, I did this next. Do you want to try that? And so you kind of do it together and you show them and guide them along the way and ask them questions. What should we do next? What's the next step here? I've just done that. Do you remember what we did next? And that's going to get them to start thinking about how to do the process on their own, but with your guidance, they won't be able to stuff it up. And then you do a third one, which is called you do. And so that's when you get your employee to do that thing on their own. However, at this stage, it is still monitored. So I would do the same thing. I would bring up the Google Meet, the Zoom video call, I would record the screen, and I would then say, okay, your turn to do this. And then you watch them do the task that you have done I do and we do for. And so then when they do the task, they are going to be thinking through the task. They're probably going to take twice as long as you. It's the first time they're doing it on their own. They might refer to some SOPs that they've created along the way. And you basically watch them do that task and just give them a tiny bit of feedback along the way. Like, okay, that's good. Just check the SOP. You might have missed a step, and just give them some guidance. We're not here to test them and watch them fail. We want them to succeed and feel good about succeeding. So the you do phase is really important because we want to build and encourage that. We want them to feel confident. So when you are finished doing the you do, again, at each of these steps, I would get them to review what they've done and maybe even take notes on it. So there might be a key document that you're building at the same time here, a key SOP, a standard operating procedure with step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they might be adding that or tweaking that, or you might be doing that together throughout the process. Once you have done you do a couple of times, there might be a situation where you need to go back to we do. But if you feel confident about the you do, after a few times, you might realize that I didn't need to give any input. They did the task perfectly. And now you can essentially consider that task handed over. And so one thing that I find business owners struggle with is ownership, is having an employee take ownership of a task. And so that really comes back to how well you've delegated a task and how well you've set the expectations. And then there's systems that you can set up around this, like a recurring task in a task management tool such as Asana. If you're using Google Workspace, you might even just use something as simple as Google Tasks. It is a simple checklist inside of the Google Workspace. So it's in the column there, whether you're in Google Mail or Google Drive or Google Docs, you'll see the little blue tick, Google Tasks. Really simple. I recommend Asana. Asana is a really good tool, but it needs to be something that you're going to work with and you're going to be consistent with. So that's one of the key things. So I really, really like the I do, you do, we do approach because it creates ownership. It's a nice, comfortable way for an employee to feel confident about taking that task along the way. And to be honest, this is a fantastic way to start building processes and systems into your business, and it keeps things simple. And you're just doing one thing at a time, building it out and moving on to the next thing. If you imagine you've done this for once a week for 52 weeks for a whole year, you now have 50 tasks that are delegated, recorded, structured and systemized that you never have to do again, and that someone else, even if that employee ever leaves your business, can now take over, review those documents, follow those procedures, speed run through the I do, you do, we do, and basically take over those tasks in your business yet again. So it's a foolproof way of creating systems. It's a foolproof way of teaching and delegating, and I highly recommend the I do, we do, you do approach when delegating tasks. So if you need help with this sort of stuff or guidance, we hire Filipino VAs, virtual assistants, at a really affordable rate for small businesses and Australian solopreneurs. We love hiring Filipinos and putting them with great business owners, usually an admin or a general VA role that we start with. as most people just have so many admin tasks, and the easiest things to take off their plate to save them money, to help them to grow their business and spend more time getting more business and not getting bogged down in the administrative tasks. So you're very welcome to book a call with me. I'm happy to answer some questions, to chat with you about what it means to hire a VA, how to hire a VA. And if you want us to do that service for you, you can contact us and we'll happily help you find the right person to put into your business that's going to be a match for you, that's going to have the right skills, set your expectations so you know what's realistic and what isn't, and help manage ongoing all the relationships, the communications, the payroll, the HR, the 13th month, and all the different things that come with hiring an employee in the Philippines and managing that relationship long term. So I'm Steve from FindMyVA. We wish you the best of luck with your small business and the best of luck in hiring.